It's Big Mouthy.
Pearson. I'm the general manager and music director for School of Rock Cornelius. I've been a musician for more than 20 years. I've been working with School of Rock for over 10 years now. We opened this location about 9 years ago, and it's been basically my whole life since.
Let's start way back in the beginning. When did your love for music, like how was it and when was it developed?
So what's interesting is it started later than I think most people who get into music. I was an athlete my whole life, and I loved basketball, I loved soccer, baseball. And then when I was 15, my buddies called me up and they were like, I was like, "Where are you guys?" And they were like, "Oh, well, we just came from a music store." And it sounds crazy now, this being my life, but at the time I was like, why? Why would you ever be at a music store? But just kind of picked up a guitar, started messing around, and it was pretty lightning fast how much I realized, like, oh, like not only is this something fun, I'm getting good at it quick, and I'm in love with it now. And then it moved fast, man. I ended up studying music in college and then gigging with a band out in Missouri for almost 10 years.
Wow.
And then now this is my career.
Okay, well, was there ever a moment where you were just like, you're doing your music thing, you're playing guitar, and what was that like, I guess, like light bulb moment, like, I could do this for the rest of my life?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big question.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because, in the arts, especially in the United States, it's like movies and rock stars.
Yes.
And like, it's like, oh, well, can I get paid to do this cool thing?
Yeah.
But for me, I was idolizing different players and replicating. I think there was probably a moment in my junior year of high school where I just realized, like, hey, I'm getting good at this. I'm sticking with it. It is now overwhelmingly the most interesting thing in my mind.
Right.
So at that moment is when I was like, all right, I want to go to school for it. And then somewhere along the line, I just kind of accepted, like, well, you're going to have to work other jobs.
Yeah.
And then the music is like a fun part of your life. I never thought that I'd be running a music school.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel like with dreams, like there is the what if. A lot of people live in that what if. They go the, let's say, typical route. You get a regular 9-to-5 job, whatever, but there's always that what if. What if I would have continued music? What if I would have picked up that camera? And so that's cool to see, you're living out your what if. What advice do you have for people, that maybe are like in between that what ifs? Like they have their passion, but they're not ready to go all in on it yet. Like, do you have any advice how they can, like, I don't know, like balance it out almost?
Sure. I mean, I would go off personal experience, but then I would also go off people that I've interacted with through this career and other bands I've met. But, it's risk versus reward. The people that I know that have found their way to, like, the passion job that's beyond the what, what if, you go for broke a little bit. You give up on certain luxuries and you grind in a very specific way.
Right.
I know for me, it was like, just working hard in general, sort of cultivating a work ethic over time to then foster the profession that came my way.
Yeah.
And then once I was in, I just dug deep and I invested everything of myself into it. So if it's something that you really want, if it is your passion, then it's not just like, I'm going to say it and it'll happen.
Right.
I mean, everything comes with hard work. So.
Right. Yeah. And so how did that, transition to you being like a music educator? It's one thing to be a musician, but now you're teaching the youth. Like, we just had a little performance. That was amazing. That,
thank you.
They, I don't know how old they are, but they are amazing. Like, how did that transition to you wanting to, share your gifts with others?
So, I mean, when I graduated college, teaching wasn't really on my mind.
Yeah.
A lot of people said, hey, why don't you teach? And I would say, well, I don't really have the patience for it. And yet here I am. Basically what happened is as soon as I even started as a guitar instructor is how I just started. As soon as I started teaching kids specifically, there was something that sort of clicked with like, oh wow, I'm able to convey musical ideas quickly and kind of naturally and effectively. I was proficient on instruments, so I was able to demonstrate. I wasn't just like, hey, if you do this, you'll be good. It was like, do this. And then running bands and connecting with the kids, it just very quickly was clear that it felt like a calling. It felt like a purpose, for sure. So,
and then how did you find your way, up to Charlotte?
Or
Cornelius, actually.
yeah. So I met my wife in Missouri, and my brother and his wife. She has family in the Carolinas. Okay. So when they started having kids, they moved out here to be closer to her family. And so then my family followed and migrated. I'm originally actually from the Northeast.
Okay.
I got stuck in Missouri when I was 18 years old. I lived there for 12 years, or more. I can't remember. But my wife and I, as soon as we got married, we're like, let's get out of here. So we moved across the country, and I really like it here. I'm glad we made the move. It's been, it's been 9 years because I moved and pretty much opened the school a few months later.
Nice.
So.
Okay, so what are some cool experiences that you have, whether, at the school or maybe just like as you're a musician playing gigs, like is there like a memory that sticks out to you as like, this was a cool moment?
I've been blessed, man. There's a lot of cool ones. Yeah. I mean, when I was gigging with the bands, I mean, we played with some cool people and played some festivals and had some success winning like Battle of the Bands and like just different things like that. That was cool. But then School of Rock has really opened doors to where I've met my heroes, and like they're not necessarily mainstream artists, but to me, they're the best musicians in the world.
Right.
And like you can see around my room, I've got a bunch of swag and like autographs and stuff. Like I still communicate with these guys. Yeah. The drummer of that band just drummed my last album.
Oh wow!
So like stuff like that, like really cool opportunities that you talked about the what if and the dreams. Yeah, I've lived out my dreams a little bit in the last decade. It's been pretty crazy.
That is amazing. That's really cool to hear. Is there any misconceptions about, maybe music schools or musicians in general that you would like to debunk or that you've come across and they're like, nah, that's not true?
Pretty much anything anyone thinks about music and musicians is probably wrong.
Right.
Music is it's the perfect entity. It is an art, but it's math, it's science. It takes a lot of hard work to really dive into the depths of how it works and why it works and the natural phenomena that is sound. And I don't know that there's one thing that I could debunk, you know what I mean? But it's like, if you really want musicianship, you just got to know where to look for it. It's not always going to be mainstream or Rolling Stones top 100 guitar players. Good. No. So, but yeah, just, having an appreciation for that. It is its own profession and there's a lot of variables to it. And I think the music business is different than musicians and musicianship and music education. So what I do here is I challenge the kids with material that some of it they know, a lot of it they don't. It's great musicians who have been trained, who are highly proficient. And it's all about challenging the kid to be better and want to be better. Yeah.
That's amazing. And so, the thing I love about music is just like the feeling it gives you. I don't know about you, but if I'm hearing a song, sometimes if I'm hearing like a song that really connects with me, you feel it in your body. And then you hear some other songs just going in your ears and coming out. And so on that point, how do you feel about, the new rise of AI and AI created music? As a musician yourself, do you feel like it's detrimental to music? Do you feel like it has a place in music, a balance, or what do you think?
That's an interesting question. So, I mean, music, yes, it should elicit incredible feeling, and that is subject to change. At any given moment in your life, you could react to a song or a part differently, a melody differently. As far as like artificially created music, I mean, it's tough to say because my instinct would be get it out of here.
Right.
I have no need for that. Mm-hmm. And then, well, what's going to happen when that first song comes on? I'm like, oh, that was amazing. I can tell you though, I've quizzed Chat GPT on music theory, and it's gotten a lot of questions wrong.
Really?
So I'm not expecting any symphonies anytime soon.
That's all right. Okay. Well, say where can they find you, and where can they find the School of Rock? You can look here and just say like social media or wherever they can find you guys at. Cool.
I'll start with the school. School of Rock Cornelius. We're right in front of Cornelius Elementary. We have a Facebook and an Instagram and a YouTube page because we make funny videos where the kids dress up in costume. It's ridiculous. But yeah, everyone gets a free 30-minute trial lesson, so come check us out. So my email for the school is chpearson, so it's CHPEARSON @schoolofrock.com. Shoot me an email and I'll get you booked with a free lesson. My personal stuff, I do have music out there on Spotify. It's just my name, Christian Pearson. I do have a YouTube. I have a link tree on my something. I don't even know. Okay. But yeah, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. My new album, Ships of Adamant, is featuring Leo Marguerite, the drummer of Pain of Salvation, who just crushes it. It's just amazing. So check it out. And yeah.
I appreciate you for coming on. I really enjoyed learning about the school and yourself and hearing the kids play. This has been a really cool interview.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
It's Big Mouthy.